Shall we begin? Shall we begin? You already know the rules. When you come in my house, take off those shoes and super violate that like button. Violate that like button. It don't cost nothing to show love. Your regular YouTubers that started this platform, the nigga that created these YouTube streets, yeah, a lot of your favorite YouTubers are being shadow banned while they rolling out the red carpet for the rappers that thought they was too good and too bougie to be on these YouTube streets. It don't cost nothing to hit that like button. Now, Tory Lanez, right? Let's get into this Tory Lanez. First and foremost, where do we start? With Megan Thee Stallion lying on him? Which I ain't never had a female lie on you? You ain't never had a female lock you up? You ain't never you never had a female tell you that you couldn't see your kid? Huh? Some of you done had females tell you that kids is yours. That no, little nigga ain't mine. Yeah, so we know these females can be real scandalous. But what you expect from a female that you find out is sleeping with her friend? What you expect? Huh? When you do people foul, you get done back foul. That's just the bottom line. That's why I say pay attention to your circle before they hurt you. Because hurt people hurt people. Tory hurt her by playing with her friend. And she hurt him. Oh, she got the ultimate hurt back. Because he's locked up. They won't let me out. No, they won't let him out. And now, word on the street is, Rock Nation, they'll let the boogeyman go on him.
Lanez was stabbed by inmate Santino Casio at a housing unit at the California Correctional Institution in Tehachapi. That attack happened early yesterday morning. An Instagram post from Lanez's account says he was stabbed 14 times in that attack, causing both of his lungs to collapse. The post goes on to say he's now breathing normally and is in good spirits. The former rapper was sentenced to 10 years in prison back in 2023 after shooting fellow hip-hop star Megan Thee Stallion at a house party in Los Angeles. Casio was serving a life sentence in prison after being convicted of second-degree murder in 2004.
But you can't, y'all, look at this dude's face. I'm from the streets. And most killers don't really look like killers. But this killer, yeah, he definitely looked like a killer. Son tried to turn TV, he tried to turn Tory TV all the way off.
After over 2 years in prison without incident, Tory was stabbed 14 times just days after a major national news outlet reached out to Megan Pete's team, Kelsey Harris, and former DA George Gascon about a story on new evidence in this case. You don't have to believe in conspiracies to see the pattern. When evidence was about to come to light, Tory was nearly killed. So let's stop pretending this is complicated. Let's stop treating this like some cultural war flashpoint. This is about a man, a father, a son, Daystar Peterson, who has sat in a prison cell for over a year based on a case that wouldn't pass the smell test in any honest courtroom. The prison system can no longer guarantee his safety, and that alone should be grounds for immediate action. But combine that with the overwhelming evidence of a botched investigation, and this becomes not just a legal issue, but a morale emergency. Tory Lanez deserves a new trial. He deserves due process. He deserves a pardon. And if justice still matters in America, he deserves to go home. So what now? What do we do now? We're all here today. We are calling on Governor Gavin Newsom, the California Attorney General, and the public at large to act. If you believe in due process, Sign the petition now on the Caldwell Institute page that Gianna Caldwell mentioned at change.org. Let your voice be counted. Let the system know that we see what's happening and we won't stay silent. We can't be a nation that claims to value justice but looks the other way when a man is buried beneath the weight of political motivated prosecution. Dr. King said again, injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. This is that threat in modern day time. This is that moment. Daystar Peterson deserves to go home today. And we, the people, have a duty to bring him home.
He tried to turn his TV all the way off. Now, here's the thing, right? I get it. I hear people. I don't know if Rock Nation has anything to do with this. I don't know. I have to say allegedly to that. I don't know. Yes, I'm with y'all. I'm a conspiracy theorist. And I know that something just ain't right. But y'all got to understand something, right? In jail, some of y'all been to jail and y'all know when y'all getting ready to come home, the number one rule is to shut up. Because if you tell niggas in jail that you made your parole board, even your friends sometimes, especially when it comes to that gang, they will send you on a suicide mission to make sure you miss your date. You don't tell dudes in jail that you're coming home. So yes, it is funny that he get hit after he released that he has new evidence that's going to free him. But what I have to say, I'm going to say it again. For one, Tory was in jail feeding the wolves. So some of them niggas in jail, they leveled up off of his money. Let's stop acting like that wasn't one of the problems in there. Two, the number one rule in jail is don't tell niggas that you made your board. You can't tell niggas in jail that you're going home. And they got life. Come on, man. All you niggas in the comment section that been to jail, tell me I'm lying. Tell me I'm lying. When niggas find out that you going home, they get scandalous and they get envious. I don't know why this dude came at Tory like that. You got rumors that Tory tried to holler at Dog's wife on the video, on the visiting floor.
Once again, please allow me to give you guys yet another update, right? Because I did my background check. You can check out the full video on Renegade Media on YouTube. But this is the suspect that stabbed Tory Lanez, right? In Tehachapi State Prison. And I already explained why he stabbed Tory Lanez for disrespecting his wife at visit, saying a couple, derogatory words on the tier about his wife. And the man took initiative to defend his wife and stab another inmate. That's why I said it's not really going to be a racial war. And if it does happen, so be it. That's in prison. But I always said it was personal. But let me tell you guys why he's in prison. He's in there for murder, right? He also has an in-house stabbing as well. And he got caught with a bunch of weapons. And he's been known to stab a couple of other inmates. He caught additional time on top of his life sentence. He was 20 years old living in Lancaster, right? And he was on parole when he started dating a 13-year-old girl named Evelyn. And Evelyn ran away from home from Palmdale, ended up at his house. They had obviously some type of encounters, some kind of relationships, if you know what I'm talking about. And then things escalated and blew out of proportion where they got into an argument. And he shot 13-year-old Evelyn in the face and killed her. That's why he got sentenced. And the reason why I bring that up is because even though he didn't get charged with an S offense because the district attorney went after a murder case, this dude got his spotlight. I'm pretty sure that's what he is enjoying right now. A lot of blogs talk about, the fact that he stabbed Tory Lanez. But let's talk about the fact that he also shot a 13-year-old little girl that he was having sex with when he was 20 years old. So before we start giving this man any credibility, this is for Meg Thee Stallion, this is for her, retaliation, this and that, do realize that the man that did it was having sex with a minor. And he also killed that minor. That's why he's doing life without the possibility of parole. So I really don't want to hear no gratitude and no fame and, respects. This is for Megan, or free Tory Lanez, none of that. Because You know, we're going to give a lot of glorification to a man that doesn't deserve it. Even though a lot of us are bloggers and a lot of us are obviously YouTubers and content creators, we're going to talk about the simple fact that this rapper singer got blasted in a state prison by some Mexican. All right, well, let's put it all on the table. This Mexican was having sex with a 13-year-old girl, then he took her life. Now we can criticize him and crucify him in the comment section all over social media for that. The full video will be on Renegade Media on YouTube tomorrow.
I'm not saying that's true neither. He could be a decoy. But if you try to holler at my wife on the visiting floor, you want to play with my Mary? And you know that girl on the outside is all you got? And you already angry in jail and mad at the world? I'm not saying that this is true. This is what these guys are saying is true. The story is all over the place. We don't know what happened if Rock Nation, maybe it's a possibility that Rock Nation has something to do with that. I have to say allegedly.
Why this situation happened. He was not out on the yard as it was about 6:30 in the morning and cells were just opened for them to be able to go out to breakfast. On the Thursday prior to this incident, I was called by him and I was told of the impending threat. And my family and I huddled and did what we always do. We prayed. My son, as I stood with him in the hospital room, on the first day, my wife being present, said, "Dad, I'm not holding any animosity against this guy. I don't want to take any action against him. Whatever the system does, the system does." But that is his stance, and that is our stance. Might I go a little bit further? Because this will not be the first time I've said this publicly. I bear Megan Thee Stallion no ought at all. In fact, we have prayed for her on many occasions in our times of prayer.
I just don't see a benefit or rather a threat coming from Tory Lanez and Rock Nation. They're too powerful. You can't beat the machine. In life, the same way y'all see that, y'all notice when topics like this is hitting topics like this, our numbers skyrocketed, but they suppressing my numbers even more and more after my last 2 months back to back has been very, very successful. My views been up at a high rate and a high peak, and my page started growing again. Maybe it's whack putting bots on my channel. Maybe it's academics putting bots on my channel. But nevertheless, the point that I'm trying to make is, what you think the machine is going to do to Tory Lanez when he get out? You think it's going to stop there? If the machine is going against Tory Lanez, do you think that Tory Lanez is going to beat the machine? Michael Jackson didn't. Whitney Houston didn't. Prince, 2000 party over. Oops, out of time. So tonight we gonna party like it's 19. No, Prince, you're not gonna party. They turned your TV off. You can't beat the machine. You can't beat the machine. Prodigy died eating an egg. There's a war going on outside. No man is safe from. Prodigy died eating the egg. You can't beat the machine. So yes, I do believe in conspiracy theories, but I just know that there's too many elements when it comes to the penitentiary that, there's a possibility that there's a war going on in that jail. There's a possibility that he did say something to that man's wife on the visiting floor. It's a possibility. Or there's just a possibility that that dude said you're not going home from jail on his own. And then there's a possibility that the machine Well, if it is the machine, you know what's bugged out to me? Now you got all these rappers. They want to be podcasters now, right? Why they not screaming free Tory? And why they not calling the machine out for destroying hip-hop and R&B? Why they not calling the machine out for destroying Tory Lanez? Inquiring minds want to know. When I say pay attention to your circle before that hurts you, that means that chick that you laying down in the bed with too. Because they, you know, at the end of the day, what they say, how that saying go, we can't make it right, but we can make it even. Some of y'all dudes, and I'm gonna start doing more topics on this, more of these topics, because you out there and you playing with a chick and you sleeping with the enemy. And just because you ain't got a lot of money, don't mean that that chick ain't gonna do you like they doing Diddy. You reap what you sow. Hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that subscribe button, and pay attention to your circle before they hurt you, because they smile in your face all the while. They want to take your place. Them backstabbers, yeah. Now.